All right. Let's Shashingo. This is Let's Shashingo. It's a daily Japanese video. Will I always be doing Let's Shashingo for the daily Japanese video? No, not necessarily. But for right now, that's what we're doing. We're doing this, and we're also doing Anki deck quizzes to go along with it. As such, hey, let's go ahead and hop into a quiz right now. So jump to quiz mode. We'll come down here. We'll set this to a nice even 15. Yes, that's an odd number. I'm aware. Whew. I just got done having an amazing burrito that had sweet potatoes in it. I've never had that before, and it was actually really good. I highly recommend. All right, here we have mushi for bug. Mushi, and I believe we have ants on there. I think ant is Ari, A-R-I, in Romanji. It's not Romanji. Anyways, mushi is bug, and we can see the kanji for that right there. It looks like middle, but with a little smile on it. We have three words here. We have kawaii, chisai, and tsukamaru. Tsukamaru. Okay, so this is an eru verb, so we know it's going to drop the u, the ru, and add mas on there. So tsukaimasu on there. Chisai and kawaii are two adjectives. Kawaii, very close to kawaii. But very different meanings. Kawaii is scary, and chisai is small. So let's go ahead and get scary on there, and then we'll get small on there. And you just got a preview of what this means. Not gonna lie, I forgot this verb completely. To catch. Tsukamaeru. Tsukamaeru. Which is to catch. So we'll go ahead and throw that on there. To catch. What else? I mean, does this also work for like fishing? Or does this only work for bugs? Something I'll have to actually look into. Because there's a lot of words like that in Japanese where in English, when you look at it, you're like, oh, yeah, no, I got that, to take. So that's like, you grab something. But we also use take to be like, I took a test. Or, I took a pill. Stuff like that. And take in the grab something way does not translate to take as a pill or take like a test. They're different words. So you got to keep that in mind when you're seeing some of this stuff. So that says catch, but does it mean just catch like a small thing, like a bug or a rodent? Or can it be fish? Or it's almost certainly not catch like catch a fly ball, but maybe it does. I don't know. So that's something. Don't just assume that because you know the English word that it translates one-to-one to all of the different versions of that word in Japanese. So with that, let's go to notice here. Oshirase. Oshirase. We have a no smoking notice right here, telling us to stop smoking. Okay, so we have taisetsu up here. Excuse me. Staeru. Staeru. Skeru is to make. Staeru is to inform, I believe. I don't. I might be wrong on that. And down here we have shosai. Shosai.
Shosai.
So this is to inform. Okay. Taisetsu is important, if I recall correctly. Yes, important. Which leaves shosai
Shosai.
as in depth. This one I did not remember. Shosai. In depth. So taisetsu, that tai at the beginning is using the kanji for big, which can be pronounced dai, tai, o. I've seen it pronounced those three ways, maybe more. You never know with kanji. Some of them have tons of pronunciations. Like the kanji for child has a whole lot of different ways it can be pronounced. So that one, it's like, well, good luck. I've seen keepers say as such as well. So not an uncommon thought. Smaho. Smaho. So we have denwa bango. Sure. Kakeru. Okay. And here we have juden suru. Juden suru.
充電する
Kakeru.
かける
And then denwa bango. So denwa bango is denwa is phone. So denwa used to be phone. You can see it has electric on there for the first kanji, and then the second kanji, we in our kanji meanings on the Anki deck we call that story, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It could mean like tale something. But so you have that. Then we have bango on there. Bango means number, so this is phone number. I am forgetting these two right here. I think kakeru is just call, but I don't know what this is then. So let's phone number to make a phone call, to charge. Ah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, kakeru was phone call. That I recalled, but this one I had forgotten.
充電する
It makes sense when we look at the kanji there. We have the electricity kanji as the second one there. So, let's see. 毎日にスマホを充電します。充電します。毎日充電します。Every day I charge. And the assumption is your smaho, your phone. Alright, Seinikuten. We have a butcher shop here, Seinikuten. I still think it's hilarious that Hanasu is here. And we just got done talking about that kanji on the left there. So this is to speak. Right here, Hanasu. This one down here makes sense in context. This is kiru, to cut. And this is just to cut. You can say that you cut a tree. You can say that you cut a log. You can say that you cut a carrot. You can say that you cut a piece of meat that you got from the seinikuten. And hopefully all of the meat that you get from the seinikuten is shinsen,
新鮮
which is fresh. Shinsen, fresh. So fresh, to cut, and to speak. I guess you will speak to the butcher at the butcher shop. So is seiniku butcher then? I don't know. Is my phone within reach? It is. Let's look this up live. So let's find my dictionary real quick. Always got to be careful with the dictionaries because sometimes you'll get like 30 different things. It's like just ignore most of them. Oh no, seiniku is raw meat. Okay, raw meat. I want to point out that it can also mean butcher. So butcher is seinikusho. Seinikusho is butcher. Seiniku just means raw meat, fresh meat. Niku just means meat in general, but apparently the 10 on there is adding shop to it, so it's fresh meat shop, a butcher shop. Seinikusho is butcher, seinikusho, which makes sense. Alright, so 精肉商の仕事は精肉店です。So that butcher's job is the butcher shop. Makes sense, right? 買い物カゴ, shopping basket. 買い物カゴ. 買い物 is shopping. Kago is like the basket part of it. So we have 3 verbs here that we've covered a few times. So hopefully you remember these. We have dasu, ireru, and hakobu. Hakobu is to transport something, to carry slash transport. So let's say someone's tired and you want to carry them on like a little stretcher with another person. If you lay out the stretcher, you can direct them to get onto it. Let's think about our Godon conjugation. So if we go hakobu and drop it down to hakobe, that is like the e form, and that's kind of like the test. It's like saying, get on this. So hakobe o kudasai, and tell them to get on that so that you can transport them. Or maybe that would be more like transport. So at that point, you should probably do hakobou. Shall we transport and gesture to it? Ireru is an eru verb. So this is putting us into simple conjugation. This means to put something in. Ireru, drop the ru, add mas, iremasu. Iremas to conjugate that. Let's say we want to put something into something, and it's blocked. We're trying to put something in, but someone's in the way. And you can say, sumimasen, iretai desu yo, and then go and put it in. Say, excuse me, I want to put it in. And they're like, get out of the way so that you can place something inside of something. Conversely, we have dasu, which is to pull out, to remove something from something. So let's to take out, to put in, and to carry slash transport. Good. Something I want to get more into with this stuff is making example sentences, because learning things on flashcards is great. That's a great start for sure. But you should be also learning sentences so that you have context for how things are going to be used, right? Here we have genkan matto. Takusan genkan matto wa kitanai da yo. All entry mats are rather dirty. So let's go up here. We have deru, and that kanji might look familiar on the left side there. We have haeru, and then we have fumu. Fumu. I don't know what this is off the top of my head. So these two right here, we have to exit, and you will regularly see this symbol when you're looking for the way to get out of something. You might see a sign that just has this symbol with an arrow, and it's saying, hey, the exit's that way. Deru, that way. So you just like in the States, if you are looking for the exit of something, you might see a sign that just says exit and has an arrow. I'm thinking of like a parking garage. You typically follow the exit signs to get out of a parking garage. Deru, used the same way for that. Inversely, we have haeru. Haeru is entry, and if you see this symbol, that is the entry right there. So that's where you can go in. So haeru, iru. So I'm assuming this would be haimasu. So haimasen, don't enter. Haiteimasen would be currently in the state of not entering. Don't enter right now. Haiteimasen. Putting it into the teiru form. You can do so much with the te form of verbs, by the way. You could just say, te form, other verb, smack it on there. And it works for so much. I was just listening to some example dialogue the other day, and they used a whole bunch of te form iku. Iku being the verb to go. So they said something and then added in iku on it. And so it was like they were in the process of the state of going for thing. And it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. the te form is very, very powerful. So definitely look that up if you are not used to it. That, you know what? Hey, that might be a good thing to cover in like a little notepad talk. And I forgot what this is. To step on. Fumu. Okay. Excuse me. Fumu. Got it. Okay, so entrance, exit, and to step on. That makes sense. Genkan matto. Shifumimasu. It wants to be stepped on because it is a genkan matto. Figurine. So we have atsumeru. We have shumi, and we have otaku. Otaku is nerd, geek, something like that. Shumi is something that I learned in this game because I'd never bothered to learn the word for hobby. And then up here, I believe this is to collect, if I'm recalling correctly. Atsumeru. Atsumimasu. To collect, hobby, and geek. Wonderful. Alright. Saku. We have fence. Saku. Saku is also a verb to blossom. But if you look at the kanji for this, it literally looks like a tree with a fence next to it. So pretty simple to remember this one. Written, at least. I'm assuming you'll also probably not get these confused. Maybe Tsuta no hana wa saku. So the ivy's flowers blossomed. Doko da? Saku. And it might be a bit of confusion there, you know? It's like, oh yeah, they blossomed. Where? Blossom. No, where? Fence. Saku. I'm guessing maybe it's a saku versus saku. But I don't, there's no pitch accents on this, so I can't actually say for sure. Anyways, let's look on here.
遮る
Saegiru. Okay. Takai, sure. Can be. And then anzen. Anzen means safe. So anzen is safe. We have takai up here, which is expensive / tall. So expensive / tall and safe. And then saegiru.
遮る
Saegiru. It almost sounds like sai, like psy, saegiru. And this is to obstruct, as you probably saw right there. This one I actually did remember, so I felt pretty good about that one. Alright, there we go for Saku. Nuigurumi, we have a plush toy right here. We have ageru. We have dachishimeru.
抱きしめる
Dakushimeru, sorry. And then fuwa. Not gonna lie, I don't recognize these two. But fuwa is fluffy. So we have to give and to cuddle. Oh, no, ageru is to give. Okay, that's my bad. I have seen ageru before and I just forgot it. That's my mistake. So ageru to give. Okay, and daikishimeru.
抱きしめる
Dakushimeru, huh? Okay, sure. I don't know how often I'll get a chance to use that. Here we have obake, sorry. We have shinu.
死ぬ
Basically the only verb that has nu on it, so get ready to use your shinimasu on there. Shinderu is putting it in the te form and say that you are currently in the process of shinu. So shinde is the te form for this. Not all te forms are te. It's just called the te form. Kowai, sure, and miru. Yeah, if you don't miru, it can't be kowai because you just didn't see it. So miru is to see, kowai is scary, and of course, shinu is death. That kanji there is literally the first kanji I learned because I was an edgy teenager. So to die, scary, and to see / look. All right. Kowaku. Abeke wa kowakunai. It's not scary. Kowakunai. Passporto. Your passport. This one's pretty important, I would say, and they certainly agree because we have taisetsu, important. Then we have motsu, which is to hold something, motsu. Don't confuse this with matsu, which is to wait. Motsu, motte, to hold. So I guess if you like reach out with something and gesture to someone, you could say motte and be like, here, motte o kudasai. They could hold it for you. Next, we have to vacation, which I recognize from reading it, but saying it hurts my tongue. I don't like this word. Ru, ri, ru, 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 ro, 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 nyu, niku.
旅行に行く
Roko niku. I don't know why, but roko niku feels weird to my tongue. But that is to travel / vacation. I need to practice it. I know. And then we have motsu, which is to hold. And then important, taisetsu. Zenbun hito ga taisetsu desu. Every person is important. Alright, ega posta. So we have miru again, but slightly different kanji. This is now to watch instead of to look. We have kando teki, and we have enjiru. So enjiru is to perform. Kando teki. I've gotten into the habit of when I see this kanji for teki, I think of it as ol. My other example is rekishiteki. Rekishiteki is historical. Rekishi is history. That teki on the end makes it historical. Ano saito wa rekishiteki da yo. That site is historical. They might say something other than saito. But anyways, dan kando teki is emotional. Kando teki. So kando is emotion, if I recall correctly. Once again, I know we're going long on time, but that's okay. I am okay with things going long because that means that we're learning stuff. So let me just verify that I am remembering that correctly. Kando, moved, emotional, emotion, excitement. Yes, kando. And yeah, so kando teki, emotional. And then up here we have to perform, enjiru. So you will perform in a movie or a play. And then we have moving, inspiring, emotional, yep, and to watch, miru. Wonderful. All right, food boru. For our pet food bowl, food boru. Here we have ippai, which I'm sure all of our petto hoshi ippai food boru arimasu. All of our pets want a full food bowl. Here we have oku, which I believe is to place, if I remember correctly, and kitanai is dirty. So I guess food bowls are sometimes dirty. Sure. So dirty. To be empty. Okay, aku. Right, because if the first time I heard this word was in reference to like train seats, someone would ask, "Is that seat empty?" And you could say, "Akimasen." It's not empty. Okay, so full, a lot, dirty, and to be empty. Aku. チョコレート。チョコレートが好きだ。おいしい。はい。カリカリ。時々カリカリ。And then 甘い。はい。たくさんチョコレートが甘いですよ。 So we have chocolate here, chocoretto. Oishi, delicious. Kari kari, crunchy. Sure, sometimes they are crunchy. And amai, sweet. And yeah, most chocolates are sweet. Some of them, depending on how dark or how cocoa forward, it might be a bit bitter, and you might not catch the full sweetness. All right, tray. So this is a tray. Tray. Pan no tray. Right there, that's a bread tray. Karui. Okay, sure. Doesn't this mean lightweight? Oku instead of aku. Oku. I believe this is to place. And then hakobu, which is to carry / transport. Yes, to place. So I did remember it. I just read it wrong, which is more embarrassing. Nice. Karui and omoi are opposites. I like to memorize adjectives and opposites now to try to help me, like, if I can remember one, I remember the other, you know? So, like, asai, fukui, fukai, you know, deep, shallow, karui, omoi, lightweight, heavy. All right, good. A bit of a long one, but hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully you learned a little bit as well. It's always good to go over this stuff and just keep it fresh in that brain, you know? Going over stuff every day really helps. All right, well, that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you for the next daily Japanese video, but if not, that's perfectly fine. I still hope to see you again real soon. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.